It's like poo-poo and pee-pee. Don't talk about the top secret Deltarune Chapter 5 boss, Dr. Pee-Pee Poo-Poo Man. With the coolest boss
I
soundtrack.
wouldn't put. Put it past the guy behind it to put it in.
I mean, so far, for all the shit that he's pulled, he hasn't been that kind with, like, the big fun stuff. I mean, Sans at most
What I
squirted
mean.
some ketchup on himself.
Oh, I mean, it's hard to get out of clothes.
I can't believe he's a Skeller Man. Anyway, last time, if I recall correctly, you leveled up. You completed a floor and got enough experience to increase your power.
Yes.
And you have a means of traveling to the lower floor, which means I'm now going to unlock the next floor for you on the navigation bar. Boop. Although I wouldn't recommend going there because your tokens are still on floor 1. So,
That
what do you want
makes
to...
sense.
So, it's morning. You've spent some time resting. I think you've also spent like a couple of days just shopping around and everything, right?
I haven't actually, but I was planning to do so. If we
Excellent.
can put enough together for a rune for the second sword of my rogue, that would work just wonderfully, I think. Let's see how much money we have to pull
35
together.
gold pieces is a single +1 rune, so...
Yes. Let me manage all the money real quick. And everything goes to Raz. Because Raz is the most... has the most eyes, I suppose. Had. Has.
Razmataz. What's Raz getting?
I'm just piling all the money on them, as I should have before. But I kind of forgot. So they get 8 silver coins, 12 gold pieces from Petra. Ed. And this is going to be heavy to carry around, but that's fair enough.
Here, I'll move the gold pieces.
Oh, if you can do that, that would be just wonderful.
You can just click and drag, man.
I know.
Let's take the money out of Argus's pockets.
Yes.
Did you move Patra's money already?
I have, but I haven't removed it yet.
Then I'll remove it.
Mhm.
That's a 1, and that's a 2. There we go.
Yes.
Well, you have enough that you can buy another +1 rune if you want to for weapons.
Yes, I would like to buy it for Shu.
Then reduce it by 35. Don't forget you can click at the top and actually just use remove coins. Ooh.
Really?
It actually said remove value, not specific type. How fancy. They were getting real fancy with this stuff. All right, so I guess he has a +1 Wakizashi and he's using the Silver Wing, right?
Yes, the burned one.
Okay, then he's using Silver Wing and a single Wakizashi. In that case, I kind of need to split the Wakizashi up into 2 because only one of them gets the +1 benefit. The Wakizashi. Reduce that by 1, and then we unequip it because he doesn't use that one. He uses this one. A +1 Wakizashi. It now has a +1 potency rune. Its price should be 35. There we go. And it's now level 2. Nice. I love that it tells me what I should put in there. Makes it easier.
Hey, hold on. How the heck does he have the wealth of 500?
Who
Something's
does?
not right.
Who does? Okay.
Shu.
Oh, Shu, how did you... Where'd you pick up all this, stuff, huh? Not the grappling arrow, the granola. 3 gold, 5 silver, 1
Oh,
copper.
you put the price of Wakizashi as 351 gold pieces. Should be 35.
Whoops.
I fixed that.
There. That is a lot more sensible now.
That was a very expensive Wakizashi.
Well, they had to get it repaired, you know.
Well, I mean, Spider helped them.
Swanky Wankies.
Yeah. All right. I suppose it is time to head down to the oops to the first floor. Start exploring. Start seeing what's up with this place.
Oh no, we're at the pin cap. How can I pin my ideas now? No! Oh, here we go.
You mean in the chat? You can probably delete the old ones.
There.
Yes, that's good.
All
Those
right.
little emojis add a lot to the flavor.
All right. Anything else you wish to purchase for your fine friends?
Not at the moment, probably, but we'll figure it out later. We have enough potions, we have enough stuff to last us a while. If we run into some trouble, we'll probably pull out and then think on that.
Excellent. Well then, on this drizzly day, let's set out for the vault.
Yes.
Ooh,
Kind of
spooky
like rain.
vaults. It's a nice drizzly day. Drizzle, drizzle. Let's see. I need to look up a specific thing because you're going to run into a fine gentleman. I need to find the right place for this, though. Oh, here we go. When you leave to set out, like you've spent your day or two shopping, taking care of all those little side business things, and you've been chatting around town, and the news has been disseminating among the people. You eventually stumble across an individual who, well, let's see. Oh man, I should have probably gone to the. Because cute as it is that I have his page out here, I need to know what he is so that I can tell you what he looks like when you bump into this fine gentleman. The
All you
Otari
need to
Gazetteer.
know is what he isn't to know what he is.
What's this place called again? Odd Stories. Run by a male human wizard. I thought he was a gnome or halfling. Glad I didn't make that mistake. I don't know why, I just got that kind of feeling from his portrait. You run into a human individual who is the poster child for I sit in a church all day and write about things like a nerd. Let's see if I can find his picture for you to gawk at. There he is. Get a load of this nerd.
Hell yes.
This fine gentleman walks up to you. He has several books in his arms, covered by this waterproof tarp. The rain like plinks off of it in the few sizable droplets that actually manage to hit the ground. He adjusts his glasses and looks you over a few times and goes, "You're the one who was going into the dungeon, right?"
Correct.
Yeah. How deep do you plan to go?
As deep as I need to solve this problem.
Not too many floors below the entrance. Is something of a library. My research has indicated, and he quickly pulls the tarp away and like, scuffles through a couple of papers. I would love if you were to recover some of those books. There's apparently quite the collection down there of historical records that are hundreds of years old by now.
Do you have a list?
No. This quest is set up in such a way that's like you just need to recover like bulk of books. There's just a big, fat, hungus chungus amount of this stuff.
Okay, fair enough. That makes sense.
Where's the timeline? Here we go. Belcor's history, because I need to know like how many years, hundreds of years ago. Let's see. Oh God, this collection is at least 500 years old. Because he really just wants you to excavate everything you can. Sort of like I don't care about specific ores. I care about the whole of ore that is down there. He'll pay you 5 gold pieces per bulk you're willing to liberate from down there.
Ooh, that is very generous.
He does provide you with like a shorthand list of like what might be useful books and what aren't, and also you're gonna have to you might want to trim some because odds are books down there might be water damage or some monster spit on them or. Ugh.
Makes sense. Okay.
I would very much appreciate the liberation of the knowledge that rests below that place. It is, from what I can find, an incredible document relating to. Oh yes, Lanti is in there. I'm pretty sure there's some old books, and he just drones on about historical topics that.
I am patient enough to let him talk. He doesn't get to share this sort of information often, so why not?
I mean, there's some interesting stuff in there. Apparently,
Probably.
there's like 500 years is a long time for books to deteriorate, fall apart, and need for
Mhm.
duplication. So it's like these books talk about like the serpent folk of the olden days. Maybe like it might talk about old drow history. I think Paizo needs to understand that 4,000 years is a fuck ton of time in which a hell of
Yes.
a lot more should have happened than it did. But you get the point.
Yes. I'll let him talk. In fact, I'll try to listen. Maybe he drops some sort of tidbits of information that might be useful to the case. Is everything okay?
Yes, yes. So that's about it. He is glad to hear that, and he'll be happy to see what bags full of books you're going to be dragging out of the underground.
Well, every time we go up, aside from the loot, all the extra spare bulk will be filled with books, I suppose.
And hey,
But, but speaking of books, here's something on a side note for you that you might
it's
enjoy.
for me. Oh my god, it's a nerd. I didn't get a thing, but this book is definitely pretty, both inside and out. Oh my god, he's an anti-nerd. He's a loser. Oh.
I still think it's funny.
I think I didn't read it, but I gotta say the pictures are very pretty.
Correct.
All right, enough bumming around. You got a dungeon to explore, Bucko.
Correct. Let's go.
Let's
Oh, shit.
go.
Before we go, where does he stay? Where can I find him?
You've probably seen his Stop the Odd stories at this point.
Makes sense. Fair enough.
It's a bookstore. I think it sells like all kinds of crap regarding like scrolls and stuff. Let's take a look. What could you buy in this fine establishment? Odd stories, number 7 on the map. Here we go. He sells books, formulas, and arcane and occult scrolls. So, you know. Additionally, he can offer spellcasting services in the form of comprehend languages, detect magic, and hull mending, dispel. He's got some basic stuff, you know.
Good.
You also can get other spells because apparently he's a wizard. First and second level spells only. You have to say a day in advance because you know there's only so much he
You
can
need to
really do.
prepare.
He needs to pull. He needs to pull them out of his butt, out of his book into his head.
Yes, pull. Okay. It should be a feat. I'm pretty sure it is a feat for rogues. Literally, Aspel, you can produce an item that would be useful.
By the way, this quest technically belongs to floor 3, but I thought, you know, get it out of the way. So don't go looking for too many books on the first floor, the basement. That's where you keep the wine, not the books.
That's correct. Yes.
Back at the Gauntlet Ruins.
Any more? When we were approaching this place, were there any more activity from the light?
I mean, it seemed to be dim at the moment,
Hmm.
or at least, or maybe off. It might have been just a reflection of the
Oh,
light you
did
saw.
did Rin notice anything?
She hasn't really paid attention, and you didn't bother to ask when you left, so you're gonna have to ask another time.
Fair enough.
After all, you're taking care of it. Things are fine. I haven't read ahead that far, but I'm sure that the future books don't contain sections that are like going here is a that more invasions of the town are going to happen. That's not how you write an adventure path. Actually, that isn't how they would write an adventure path. Since Otari is already in the first book, they generally don't repeat content. Ugh. See, this is what you get. Paizo, you
It's
get
not exactly a Batman story where you have to have the scene in the crime alley in every fucking movie.
that fucking dog is ready for the next crusade. I don't know why, but he is. Anyway, welcome
Yes.
back to the place. TM.
Yes. All right,
By
let's go
which
down.
staircase do you wish to descend to the next floor? Because there's one to the north you found, and there's one that you found in the secret office.
I think I would like to go down through the secret office because it'll probably lead me to a more, not necessarily safer place, but at least a little bit more secure.
All right, all right. Well, I mean, like the office, which seems to be the general entrance to down below, and although there might have been more. I mean, there was that room that got completely fucked up. There might have been stairs there at some point.
Yeah.
Well, Move your tokens, please.
All right. Is it? Oh no, I can't face through walls by the by, so I have to do it single file. Yes. So I assume that's the secret office entrance, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do the stairs work? Can I click them?
If you select tokens and click on it, you'll teleport magically to the other floor.
Fantastic. Only one of me teleported, so I have to do it manually. Oh wait, no, we're all in the file.
You
We're
all
all in the
stack on
stack.
top of each other. You all stumble down the stairs, head over heels.
Yes.
You march down
Wonderful.
a tight stairway that eventually leads into a small. Well, I'm just going to open the door for you.
Yes.
Because it's open on a crack and it just falls open to your very presence. You enter a small. There's just some chairs here that are like leaning up against the wall. Let's see.
I assume I should not be seeing through that secret door, unless it is.
It is already open. One of the
Ah.
chairs that was leaning against the wall had slowly pushed it open over time and is now just on the ground.
Oh, that's amusing.
It very much is. As you stand near this door, through this door you hear the sounds of like mild ringing of chains. Through this passageway you hear a distant draconic skittering.
Draconic skittering?
Yes. You can't
I
make
thought
out what
skittering-
they're saying, but
Oh, well, skittering is a noise, so I suppose that works. I'm gonna send Zhu out as the spook, resident spook.
one quick thing that I need to remind myself of.
Yes.
Are we doing light or was I like, y'all get dark vision? Because I don't think I gave you all dark vision, in which case you can't see as far as you like without a light source.
Yes, which we do, because both Raz and
Oh,
Argus.
so he walks outside with a light source out, huh?
No, he doesn't. I don't think he needs one.
Why is he emitting a light then?
I am not entirely sure.
Why can he? So he has like, maybe it's just me?
He
Darkness
has low light vision.
Darkness.
That's fine.
on. There, now he can't see shit.
Yes.
There we go.
But
I
on
didn't
the
think
bright
darkness affected things on my end, but
But on the
apparently.
bright side, he can has low light vision, and also he can still sneak, even if he doesn't see.
I mean, things down here tend to have a darkness vision.
That's true enough. Well, in that case,
However,
spooky.
While he
sneaky
might not be
thing
able to sneak around
also
too well, he
can-
can pick up the distinct smell of onions and garlic, but like a hell of a lot of it, and compressed into this thick juice, and that juice goes up his nostril.
Ugh.
It is. There is an overbearing smell around this place. And I think Kenku has particularly keener smell than the average person does.
That makes sense. Okay, in that case, Raz and Argus cast the light cantrips on their walking sticks, if they have. Well, I think Raz doesn't have one, but some sort of item they can lift up to illuminate.
Well, Patra always illuminates. Because
Yes, because they're on fire.
because they literally have a feat that's called "I'm on fire all the time," in a sense.
Well, in that case, well, they're a little too heavy to hold, but I would grab them like by the nape of their neck and just kind of wave them around like a lantern.
Oh yeah, Patra does have dark vision. Ironically.
So they illuminate, and they can also see. That's amusing. Okay, well, I suppose we're going to
Patra can
investigate
make
this
out
side of the corridor.
Patra in that case could make out like by like putting their hands next to their head so that they can actually focus their vision. Would be able to make out like a few scurrying figures at the end of the hallway, they would estimate ends in about 60 feet. And he sees like lizard-like, but not quite like a more like take yourself and mix yourself with a human, and that's kind of the human lizard mixture you get.
Has Argus seen them before, or anyone in the party seen them before? I know those are troglodytes, but like, just like, how do I identify them?
Well, they're not called troglodytes. They've been given a new name that is awful.
Oh,
Listen, I understand that things like phylactery need to go away, but troglodyte, come on, man. Zolgath is not a good replacement. It sounds goofy.
it is goofy. I'm still gonna call them troglodytes.
I like
because they live in
Thakreen.
a place that doesn't care.
I like Thakreen a lot because it's the snappy, sassy name, but it's something about the Zol part and the it just sounds like dirt. It's a dirt name. I find this
It's
in
not
the
a
dirt
dirt
pile.
name. It has Z in it. This means it goes at the back of the phone book. That's a bad name.
That too, I guess. You make your way down this. Oh my goodness, it's called a processional. Nice.
Uh-oh.
The empty frame. Oh, here we go. This long 10-foot, for some reason featuring both hyphens and spaces, hallway has a vaulted ceiling arching a dozen feet high. 3 broken metal brackets hang from the ceiling, one to the south, north, and in the middle. Although what the frames once held is unclear. The floor strewn with rotten pieces of wood and twisted metal. To the north, pale light shimmers through this door. Which is why making out the shadow figures should have been easier than I imagined, but hey. Oh my fucking god, I love this. Well, you have
What?
Patra on your team, and I think Patra knows traps a little bit.
Yes.
Those mounts were for ballistae, like miniature turrets,
Well,
but they have
that's amusing.
completely fallen apart. Once you make your
Yeah,
way
for
down the hallway,
Veldimir
are you
would.
sneaking down or are you just marching down heroically?
Well, not necessarily heroically, but yes, walking down.
In that case, once you get close enough, like all the figures huddle around the corner, as it were, and get ready to
Mhm.
jump you.
To jump.
Yeah. I mean, you know they're
Oh.
there. They know you're there. It's
Mhm.
really just they're around the corner and you won't see them until you're close enough that they practically like hop on top of you.
Right. Well, before that happens, I would like to basically greet them in Draconic. Would that be possible? Or do they still attack?
They still attack. Allow me to
Ah,
make clear what exactly Patra sees jump in front of them.
go
While
ahead.
you might have seen troglodytes, they're quite common. They're everyone has seen a troglodyte. It's like seeing a goblin or a kobold. They're pretty much
Yes.
everywhere. They're on artwork as like the goon that gets bonked by a hero and etc. Or they're in town and they trade weird things. These troglodytes kind of look like that, but parts of their body are replaced with these twisted metal, stone, wood, and other. It's kind of like you take part of a golem and you smush them, you rub them together real hard, and you end up with this
Oh.
awkward creature that, judging by the contortions on his face, is probably in like constant pain or anger or just it's unclear, but it's experiencing some extreme emotion that is clouding its judgment, which is why it lets out a war cry as it jumps from around the corner, ready to give Patra a good old-fashioned bonking.
Oh gosh.
Patra
But
comes face to
Patrick's too
face with
fast
this
for them.
creature. This particular
Yeah.
creature has one of its arms and one of its legs are completely replaced by these frozen marble stone prosthetics.
Oh, that's kind of fascinating. Let's see if it shatters.
I mean, judging by the fact that what's it called again? Is it called crusts in English when you have like the blood and the congeal and the wound and the healing? I don't know.
Crust? Well, I mean, you could call it crust, but generally it's scabs, maybe?
I
Scabbed over.
think scab. Let's take a look. Scab. That is it. Yes. The oh my goodness. The wound healing reconstruction phase. Gotcha. Yes, scabs. It there's this layer of scab around the base of the prosthetic.
Mhm.
It
Makes sense.
it
Well,
looks at Patra with wild eyes, ready to swing a formidable looking club that is honestly just looks like a big lump of metal.
that makes sense. Well, Patra will look at them with an even crazier look, which is this. And then I just click and drag it over on them, right?
Yes. And you'll see the little screamy man.
Yes.
And the
Nice.
temporary hit points. Oh, whoa.
Yes. And now they're gonna bonk this dummy on the head. That's the one.
That's a hit. Don't forget
That's
that
the
if you
two.
target, I think it automatically tells you what the results are.
It probably should. Yes, I'm sorry. I just have it all over the screen, the sheets, I mean.
It's
So for
fine, it's
future
fine.
reference.
That's 2 hits.
Yes. Here's
Patra
damage
delivers.
one. Here's
Oh,
damage two. Oh, I forgot. I don't need to enable the abilities that require flat-footed and deal normal rage damage, right? Because
the,
it's by default included.
that
Used to have a special class.
it's you don't need it because it doesn't do anything.
Gotcha.
That's there's like a generic term, but not relevant
Yes.
right now. Point is,
Mm.
in a single double swing, Patra sweeps the legs out from under it and then buries the thing into it. It raises its arm to like cover the blow, but when it strikes the prosthetic, it shatters, and it's filled on the inside with this mushy blended flesh. Like you put your arm in a blender and then you pour that into a
Mm.
stone mold, and that's kind of the explosion you get.
Oh, gross.
Shoo. That's one less
Are they
Olgath.
still alive? Oh, well,
They
Shu
fall
is gonna
motionless
step up.
before Patras feats.
I suppose they're gonna step over here just to see what sort of enemies we have. Can I see behind the corner? I don't suppose the light spreads that far.
Unfortunately, she doesn't have a light source, so all they see is a few shadowy figures coming out. There's two more. Like, Patra could have seen that ahead of time.
Okay, fair enough. In that case, I am going to step back and I'm going to prepare in action.
Raz.
Raz is going to prepare in action too, since there are several figures, according to Patra. In that case, they're going to prepare casting the electric arc.
Excellent.
Yes.
Another foul creature slumps its way into view.
And immediately gets
Before you get to do anything,
yes.
you are exposed to a stench. It's
Ew.
not the garlic and onion variety that you smelled a bit ago. This is the smell of like someone walking around with rotting flesh on their body, and the pus is starting to become aerosol.
Oh, that's disgusting.
It very much is. So please, can everyone here make a fort save?
Yes.
Unless you have any particular resistances to poison, in which case I imagine that you have a stronger stomach than most.
It's not even that. It's just that I have this particular thing that might be relevant. The moment
Gotcha.
I sense the stench,
In that
I'll
case,
just hold my breath.
All right, but that's kind of why you have to do this, because you might still get
Yes,
that initial.
That is fair enough. Let me roll for everybody.
Don't forget, you do get a +1 bonus on the roll, though.
Yes. That is 18 on Argus. Shoo.
Dude, you can just click and hold and then use the chat box for everyone at once. It's really easy. Like so.
Oh.
Patra is the only one affected by this. They are moderately stinked up.
Which is a little silly. Hold on. How would I do that again? Could you explain it?
Select all the tokens, click and drag, and then you click the chat box DC 16 that's in the stench menu. Post, see? And then it rolls for everything you've selected. The fort save. You see the fort save in the.
Oh yeah, that's clever. Fair enough. I'll try to remember that.
Yeah, it makes it so easy. It's like the system isn't even there anymore. All right.
What does that affect on them, by the by?
Second is a -1 to everything. They can spend an action to retch, rolling against this fort again, and if they succeed, they reduce it by 1. And if critical success, they reduce it by 2. Anyway, you had actions readied?
Yes. So first of all, he's gonna get stabbed with a new weapon that I picked, which is this.
Silver
I was targeting the other one.
That's a hit. In fact, it should show you hit by 2, right?
Yes, it does show hit by 2 because it's the same sort of enemy. I was just targeting the wrong one. Here's the damage.
Ooh, he doesn't get sneak attack on this.
Yeah, fair enough, then just exclude the last. How much?
1 damage.
Yes.
And I think Raz had something ready, or were they delaying their turn?
Yes, electric arc. Electric arc. But I think it will only hit the one.
Yes.
Because I need to see the others. So here is
reflex save doesn't work anymore. Gotcha. Well, he takes half, which is still something. The creature still stands, and despite getting cut at and electrically zapped, its spirit has been dampened by nothing. It sees the little baby man.
Yes.
And tries to grab him firmly. And once he has him grabbed with his hand, he raises his club to subdue this prey. Bam!
Uh-oh.
Patra takes an ouchie baba damage.
Correct.
Ooh.
Wait, hold on. Wouldn't they get multiple attack penalty from using a skill and also...
Komo, if you look, it already includes it.
Gotcha.
It literally has a little box that says multiple attack penalty 5. It's the biggest one of all of them.
I have to squint at it. Hold it. Yes, it's there. Shit.
Komo.
Okay.
He picks you up your little bird, he shakes him like a sultan, and he banks him.
Yes, exactly. Well, let's see what I can do about that. Let's get my morning ritual up, I suppose. And let's do... Okay, no, not that one. This one. Yes.
Abracadabra.
Soul Siphon.
Oh no.
Oop.
Fort saves is his better save. I mean, good rolls are good rolls. Let's see. Success, he takes half damage.
Yes.
You get a little bit of the good juice, which means you do get 2 temp HP.
Yes. That is good. And now I will. Oh, it's attached. That wouldn't work. But I suppose I could also do
I mean, you have reach, but that requires an action.
an action, yes, and that's why I won't be able to use them all in one turn, but that's fair enough. So let's see. Grim Tendrils, what is the range on this? Is melee range basically?
Grim
3
Tendrils?
foot
No,
wide.
it's a line.
Ooh, you would interfere. In that case, I'm just gonna bap my buddy with guidance. Shu gets a +1 to an attempt to get out of that grab.
Why do you have second level spells? You're second level.
Excuse me?
You're level 2. You shouldn't
Yeah.
have second level spells yet.
I'm not sure. Oh, no, those spells are from the staff.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry, got a little confused. Alright, well, you're guidancing someone. Don't forget to click and drag.
Yes, one moment. Guidance on Shu. And I
Awesome.
suppose, yeah, I'll just skip a turn.
These creatures are
That works.
completely undeterred by the death of their fellow troglodyte. Zolgath, excuse me. I wouldn't want to insult these creatures and their awful bodies. They really they share a lot in common with those those guys in the Combine Citadel. You know those
Yes,
completely unhumanized human shapes.
yes. And stalkers are gnarly.
I think they really do capture what's going on. Anyway, you don't have to worry about the smell too much.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Patra does have to worry about one thing, because they're down to 15 armor class. This thing comes out and goes to grab Patra. It fails.
And they do. Oh, they do fail. Hold on.
And he
Oh, right, because they did level
completely
up.
botches the swing. This is
Good.
what you get. You're right-handed. It's a right-hand corner. They slam into the wall. Chunks of stone fly around ineffectually. Patra.
Yes. Well, first of all, Petra is going to try and finish this guy off on the side. So, still targeting the right one.
A lot of math
That's
with
a swing.
Patra. Ooh, missed by 6.
I missed that, yes. Here's the second one. Ooh, ouch. Well, I suppose let's attack the third time. Why not? Might still get a critical.
Patra is very much incapable of landing a good blow. They got a good opening,
Correct. Yeah.
but now that
Well,
big pick's
let's
getting in the way.
see if Shu can actually just stab him through the eye while being grabbed. Let's do this. Really? Okay. What about the second one? No! Oh,
Fortune does not favor the bold, it seems.
yes, it does not. Missed by just one, but they did have guidance.
In
So I
that
suppose they
case,
could use that on one.
let's take a look. I don't know if guidance is voluntary
Use
or
for attacks. Oh, it might
because if
not be.
it's let's see, on one attack roll skill, the target chooses which roll to use the bonus on before rolling.
Oh, before rolling, well,
I'll let you get away with it this time, young man.
it makes sense, but I'll put it on the last one.
I mean, to be honest, give him heck.
Shouldn't have critical.
Wah wah. Then I'll just have the damage. 6. Oh, in that case, he's dead. Blech.
Yes. Okay.
All right, Razixith. Give him heck.
Raz, let's see what you could do. That is fun. Well, a lot of these shocking grasp, though. I want to try it. I really want to try it. You're gonna wiggle past the bird. I'm gonna tickle this idiot. Are you ticklish? You might be. Lamb.
Oh my god.
Still need to attack.
Harsh. Your Razis, whatever his hands are, I think they are just hands, spark with electricity as he grisps this man firmly and gives him the old tickles.
There we go.
Ooh. Komo, he's almost down. That zap sure got him.
Yes.
It's
See.
arcing between his metal fingers.
Correct. Oh boy. Well, pretty much everything will be hitting in it. Oh, I'll use chill touch, and I will use the feet to extend the range a little bit.
Wow, 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 wow.
There we go. Click. And
You
here's the
grasp firmly.
correct.
I don't like how saves don't work anymore. Man, they're rolling pretty good on those saves, at least.
Mm,
He's still standing with 2 hit
he's
points.
still standing. That's all of my action. Yeah.
Despite this being the part where most intelligent life would retreat, it still lets out nothing short of screams as it grabs Patra, and this time it goes for a chomp and hits Patra.
Oh no.
You watch as its mouth reveals not teeth with the
Oh.
enamel. I mean, and the funny part is, in
Yes.
Dutch it's also called glaze, but the word for glaze is more associated with frosting, which is hilarious when you think about it. Your teeth are covered
Oh,
in frosting.
that's kind of funny. Well, in a sense,
It made
in
baby me
Russian,
chuckle.
that means the same thing too. Reading.
It made baby me chuckle. Point is, he bites down on Patra.
He cannot bite through that bone.
Patra feels the pain.
Yes.
As chompy chomp choo choo. Patra, your turn.
Yes. Would they no longer be? Oh, okay, fair enough. They're gonna spend one action to reg actually, and then walk the city.
Alright, Wretch, they get to reroll their fort save against DC 816. And if they succeed,
Yes,
they're free of
they
sickened.
are.
They are no longer sickened, so that's nice.
Yes, they should get their +9 back. Let's do this.
Hiya!
Bonk.
That's overkill. He has 2 hit points left.
That's okay.
That
I
is
really, I really didn't like him.
that is almost twice his hit points. His maximum hit points.
Yes.
This is
Patra finally.
Patra hits him on the head and practically buries his entire body in the ground.
Yes, just punch him through the floor.
Like the pick goes out in the mouth and out the butt. It's really what we're talking about here.
Jeez. Oh
Okay.
boy.
Okay.
All right.
Well, time for some experience.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is a moderate encounter, so you get 80 points.
Okay, that brings me to 220.
Patra, you
Okay.
can stop that. You can stop that too. And you also grabbed and that one.
Okay. Well, now that the immediate threats in this corridor are gone, I think.
The echoes of these creatures still rings for a while, but soon enough it's quiet.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have Shu start opening doors carefully, investigating them for traps and whatnot.
They open the door that's glowing.
This one
It's
at
like
the
a
top.
green ghoulish glow coming from the door.
Mm.
Opening the door, they are faced with a 10-foot square washroom that contains an iron bathing tub to the north and a commode to the southwest. The northern wall glows and shimmers with ribbons of eerie green light.
Oh.
The letters, in fact, the ribbons, in fact, slither into letters in the air. It's written in common, although it's probably like a slightly older way of writing common, as it were. You know,
Like an older dialect,
kind. Not,
old English, eh?
so this is the part where I pick up my old blunderbuss of problems I have with WotC and Paizo, and I just start loading it with a whole bunch of gunpowder and go, 500 years, that's like Middle English, the Great Vowel Shift, we had Merriam-Webster, but we're just gonna say that in 500 years this language didn't change too much, because I guess common just gets to be special. The point is,
Mm.
the writing is a bit different, but the words are still entirely sensible, like listening to Finnish. It spells out that they were Otari, and they wish to be saved from below, wherever that is. The ribbon of light then streaks across the floor like a serpent, going like slither, slither. It goes over to the west, underneath the western door.
Okay.
That's this
I'd
one.
like to follow it.
Excellent. This can only work out in your favor.
Well, at least we're going to see where specifically it goes. And close the door here. Never leave the bathroom door open.
That can be. Licking doorknobs is illegal on other planets, as SpongeBob
Yes.
helpfully told us.
Okay. Also, Argus and Raz should have sources of light here.
Okay, Argus and Raz now have sources of light.
Thank you. Now, how fast is this ribbon? Is it like running?
It's like 20 feet around. It's a leisurely pace compared to you at least.
Hmm.
Once you reach this, you can very clearly hear the sound of like thrashing happening in the room over. It slithers under the
Oh.
door.
Crap. Well,
When I
I
say
guess it'll
thrashing,
have
I
to.
mean like thrashing of something that is bigger than you.
Yeah, yeah. I am not ready to meet with my ex yet. So.
Sorry, hon, gonna have to wait.
Yeah. Hold on. I have something for this. Let's see. I'm gonna use the chalk that I have to actually mark the door as like danger or something, so I don't accidentally run into it. I'll say like big thrashing or something big.
Big boy through
I'll leave a
here.
marking somewhere like on this wall for myself.
Through this door is nothing but a big boy.
Or girl, who knows?
Gosh, who
All right.
knows?
Well, for the time being, then I suppose we're going to return back
Yoink.
and proceed for doors that are less spooky for the time being.
The double
Starting
doors
with
to the
this
north.
double doors, yes. Click and
Clack.
click.
Through the double doors to the north. Spooky, scary. Patra, what kind of color do you... Okay, it's torch. And we'll keep it the same for everyone. I mean, there's Sunburst, which is also pretty cute. Sunburst is pretty cute.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
remember that effect from before.
Yeah. All right. So the doors swing open. You are presented with a hallway. Several wide alcoves adorn the walls in this L-shaped hallway. Each alcove contains a small diorama of the same city facing different perils: a massive fire, a devastating tsunami, a thunderous earthquake, an attack by an enormous tentacle monster, an invasion, an army invading, or an undead army invading. Ugh. The words
Is
just
it
didn't come
the
out.
Does it resemble the stuff that we've seen upstairs in that little gallery on the
Yes,
little
in
island?
fact, it looks quite similar. One thing that you notice
Oh,
about each diorama is that in front of them are distinct scorch marks and like watermarks on the ground.
on the ground?
Yeah, like something
Uh-oh.
blasted out of them.
Yeah, that doesn't look safe. I would like to have Patra as the most attentive and Shu as the most roguelike to carefully observe the place in case there are like some not particularly obvious traps, like I don't know,
Excellent.
outlets that the electricity comes from, or like
Okay, well, Shu can tell you that while there are distinctly markings, they appear
Mhm.
old and faded, like they were made a long while ago. However, the dust trails strongly imply that something has been here more recently than that.
Okay. Well, at least things haven't activated them. We'll probably. I'm moving like as a group, but it's going to be like single file carefully.
When you move past one of the dioramas,
Hmm.
I don't know what the exact order is, but we'll just say that you walk past the fire and the tsunami one. They
Okay.
shudder and they spit out like one of the fire one spits out sparks, and the water one shoots out this this sprinkly beam, like it's watering the garden, like a lawn sprinkler.
That's
Um,
funny.
but if this is supposed to be a trap that makes you go away or get hurt, it's failing. Not even a star for effort here. At most, it made you a bit wet.
It's okay. It's all about presentation. You
Th-
know, the sound of
Not every
explosions, the
trap
little
survives
sparks
the
and that.
ages. Some traps they have trap function dysfunction at the old days, and they need special medicine to help with that. As you
I
approach
mean,
this particular doorway, you hear a
yes,
voice on the other side.
yes.
It seems to be muttering about things. Does anyone here speak Aklo or Spider?
Well, Raz might, but you
So
did say that they basically atrophied essentially their ability
they
to speak
literally
that
have
sort of language.
skitter talk.
Oh heck,
So yes, they in fact just speak Spider speak.
that's kind of cute. Fair enough.
In
What
that
do the
case,
spiders say?
if you want Raz to put his ear to the door, I can tell you what they hear.
Yes. We'll swap positions with Shu.
The individual on the other side appears to be talking excitedly about the model that they are constructing. In fact, you come to realize that one of the dioramas that you've been walking past is missing like a couple of buildings.
Oh, hmm. That's kind of cute. I guess we found ourselves a little nerd. Or a big nerd. I don't know. You can never guess with the size of these things. I'm gonna knock on the door.
You hear a brief on the other side. No one tells you to open or opens the door for you.
Hmm. I'm gonna knock again, and Raz is going to introduce themselves as Raz, and they're going to ask if they may come in.
All you hear is Raz making these awkward, strange skitter and clicky sounds.
Mhm.
You're allowed in. Since apparently you're
Okay.
polite enough to introduce yourself, you're probably not insane or anything.
Okay. Fair enough. Click.
Ah! The
Uh,
unfortunately,
if
since this
yes,
creature was in dark for so long, suddenly being exposed to bright light like dazzles and blinds it for a moment. It flinches. Yeah.
I'm going to, I suppose, shadow it with something like a piece of cloth or
Quickly
anything, so
cover
that there's
Raz in
still
a
a little
sheet.
bit of light. Yeah, just no, just take the cloak from their back and just kind of pull it over their head. There you go.
Over whatever's making the light. Yes. In front of you is a. I don't know. It's a war room table. This large, low ceiling room has a cross shaped table at the center. 10 chairs are stand around the table. The walls, floor, ceiling, everything is covered in thick layers of webbing. I don't know why this war room has an X shaped table. That is the most useless shape I've ever seen in my life. But what I can say
It's
about.
it's kind of amusing.
Where did he go? Oh, there he went. I don't know
He
why tokens
disappeared.
like to do this. You just do that sometimes. It's just like, I'm going to be over here and I'll see you. All right. The creature in front of you is well, actually there's a picture of it in here somewhere. But we'll talk about what's on the table. On the table are some of the buildings from the diorama, but perhaps more interesting than that is how would I describe it? I found that picture. Here you go. This is what they look like. They're like a Spider-Man dressed in a silk robe of sorts.
Gosh, building models with a claw like that on every head is probably very hard.
The center of the table contains a diorama of a city, although it's no city you ever know because the buildings are unusually tall. Looks more like New
Hmm.
York than it would any city that exists in this world.
Oh,
Taking artistic liberties with the altitudes, the heights of buildings.
that's amusing.
Indeed.
Well, Raz is actually quite a bit of a craftsman. I suppose they could probably roll craftsmanship to see what sort of city this might be referencing.
Considering that the buildings that are used for reference that are off to the side come from the diorama, and the diorama
Hmm.
depicts Absalom in some states, like an old version of Absalom that existed
Hmm.
500 years ago. Paizo, cities change significantly over 500 years. Stop pretending that it's the blink of an eye. Ugh.
Hmm.
You can set these things like a decade in the past. No one gives a shit that it's hundreds of years, man.
Yes.
Like, I
Well,
think.
if it's not hundreds of years, how can the players guess that this is in fantasy?
Let me grab your snoot. I think there's a weird irony that nowadays people memes and cultural memory changes in a year, but no, it
Yes.
must take hundreds of years before a town gets abandoned. Ooh, and I'm like, come on, man, you live in a world where things change faster than ever. But no, it's the past that must move way slower. All right.
No, it's the
Um,
children that are wrong. Am I out of touch?
One thing that I would also like to
Gosh.
point out, this is the perfect time for Paizo to have a section that's like any small character will automatically notice the items under the table. But I say that any small character will notice the items under the table because they are literally shorter than the table.
Yes.
Under the
They're.
table is this sort of pseudo drawer that has been made with webbing containing some glowing items.
Oh. Well, they probably belong to this guy. If he doesn't give me a reason to, bonk him on the head, I
Huh.
don't suppose I should be taking them.
Apparently, the
Yes,
chest of loot I put in the room is gone.
it is.
Or maybe you're standing. Oh no, you're standing on top of it. There you go.
Oh, sorry.
I think what happens is that when I click them too quickly, the
Mhm.
system remembers the last thing I selected, and then moves it over there instead of to where the. I got you. I got you. I think I know what's going on. It's just lag stuff. Point is, the creature is like hiding behind the table, and eventually comes out like squinting with all of its eyes.
Mhm.
There's many of them, so it looks kind of silly. And
That's
it,
okay. I
it
have a
basically
spider
asks
too.
Patra who you are and what you're doing down here.
Patra, Russ have the skitter talk.
Yeah, right. Whoever, sorry, Patra was the one who was looking on
It's
the
okay.
table, so I got my brain, my
It's okay.
my memory stack got confused.
It's okay. It's my job to remember my characters.
First in, first out. FIFO.
Right. So, what did they ask?
They wanted to know why you're here. Like, clearly you've seen all the nuts. In fact, why aren't you nuts? That's a question they're going to ask you.
Oh, we're nuts in our own little special ways.
They wave their hands and introduce themselves, actually. They're
Oh,
Minminifix. It's a
okay. Could you
fucking
put that on
mouthful. Yes, I will put it in the text, Como. I know. You could actually almost use their name as. Oh god, that's an Aklo, excuse me. If someone who speaks Aklo is great. Here you go. Mimnivix.
Mimnivix? That's cute.
They came from asterisks and obelisk, where they have all the dumb names, except it means nothing. I don't know why Paizo took the time to name this character when they are literally raw, will fight you no matter what, but hey. Oh my god. Mimnivix is so you know that
Yes.
people who go here go mad. Like you're already aware of that effect that this place has on
Yes.
people, and the gem you need to protect yourself. He's like, why aren't you like those people out there who are completely bananas?
We haven't been here for too long.
Huh?
Sorry, today all of my characters are gonna have the same voice, I
Oh
suppose.
well.
Of
It's
five
don't
packs a day
don't worry about
smoke.
it. I'm not voicing Mimnivix right now either, so who fucking cares?
It's okay. It's okay. It's
Mimnivix
fine.
thinks
But
that's
yes,
pretty neat.
yes.
He would also like to know why you're so nuts that you start talking friendly to a spider person in a tunnel.
I have no prejudice against the people's looks.
Oh
I'm a
gosh.
lizard.
Um, well, since you're apparently so nice, he has things, and he's always wanted to give a gift to a friend. But first,
Oh,
he wants you to give opinion on his nice model city, which again,
okay.
it's a little cyberpunk for what how tall buildings get today, like how straight to the lines are. But you know,
You know what? Fair enough. What I would like to do is have Raz actually roll their crafting because they're actually pretty good at
yes.
that to get a gist of what this thing is. So,
As you inspect it, Mimnifix like waves their claws over it and goes like, "Here's the park, and here's like the rooftop park." I think that's a really cool idea. Like you put some dirt on top of a flat roof, and then you can grow trees there. And then instead of having a roof, you have the trees be the roof. And
you have the yes.
he's a very forward-thinking boy for someone who lives underground and probably doesn't even know what the sky is. Um,
How did he learn these things? I'm curious,
well,
actually.
there's like several dioramas of a city outside, dude.
Oh, fair enough. No, 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 not that. What I meant is like, where did he get the idea of like putting the trees up there? Because that sounds really neat. Like it's having a floating garden
Well,
of
he
sorts.
kind of gestures with his little hands, like, well, I used to see like, I used to see like buildings, like buildings, and they're all like old, and so trees grow through them. And I thought, what if you just grow a tree on top of there instead of having it grow through the roof and making all the damage?
That's actually kind of clever. I like that.
And also, the tree provides shade, so your house is not so warm in the summer.
Correct. Yes. That's neat. I like that.
So what
All
does
right.
Raz want to figure out about this fine silk and stone diorama?
Well, first of all, see if it resembles any actual city that we know about. So probably Otaria and Absalom.
As
If not that,
I
yes,
already mentioned, the buildings
yes.
do resemble old Absalonian architecture, but it's just
Mhm.
like a diorama he seems to have been making of his own accord. The layout doesn't resemble any city you
Right.
know. But again, most people of this era probably don't know, like on a glance top down, what a city looks like.
That's
Helicopters
fair
don't
enough.
exist. Well, I guess wizards exist. I guess in this timeline, there's also some autistic boy who was like, I want to see the city and draw a cool picture from memory later.
That probably works like that. Yeah, but my question here really is, does it actually resemble a city, or is this guy just kind of
He's
crazy
not
and he's just
scheming.
putting
He is,
buildings?
and he is enjoying his dream of being a SimCity city planner.
Oh my gosh, that's perfect. I should give him something too, if he wants to give me a
He
gift.
would love to get a gift from you. He reaches under the table and like starts to gather the silk bag that he has in there.
Let's see. Let's see. Well, I haven't really had a whole lot of use for a sling, and he seems to be, well, not necessarily. Oh no, how would he be able to use that?
I mean, he could probably use it, but a sling is just like a strip of leather at best.
Yeah, well, I think I had an extra set of climbing tools. Would that be something useful for him? It's something that I can easily give up.
You're talking to a creature that probably has an innate climb speed.
Yeah, but it's still. Oh, well, if it has the speed, it doesn't need to roll. Yeah, fair enough. Hmm. Well, that's an interesting thing. I don't want to give him a consumable because that would just be a thing. But oh, I can give him an alarm snare because he doesn't quite like guests. That
Excellent.
seems like a practical, useful gift.
Excellent. Well, he makes a whole deal out of it. Like you put your gift in a bag, and he puts his gifts in the bag, and then you exchange them immediately at the same
Yes.
time.
Yes, that
So
seems
that you
fair.
can't so that you have to give from your heart instead of from any place. He's given you quite some interesting things. He's given you a necklace, which you quickly identify as a necklace of fireballs.
Oh, oh, that's neat.
That's very useful if you're fighting something big and nasty and you want to take care of it. There's some shining ammo in there, which we're just gonna say you can put on any ammo you like, because
Makes
it's.
sense. Okay.
And then there's a mesmerizing opal.
What makes it mesmerizing?
I don't know.
The
So it's
fire
got
with
this
iridescence when you
distracting
activate it.
glare
If
to it.
oh, you get a failure instead of critical failure. I kind of like that. I like that. Plus, it's like, you know, shiny stuff. I will thank them very much for this. This is very good, and hopefully, they will be able to safeguard themselves and their model from, unwanted intrusions because not everybody in here is apparently a good person. I'm not good really either. I'm more neutral, but you know what I mean.
They'll be fine, probably.
Yes.
Jesus. How much space does my Dropbox have? Like a gigabyte, I think. Ugh, I need to clear that
Excuse
up a
me?
bit. Never mind. I'm muttering to myself about Dropbox giving me messages and stuff. What the fuck is this? Biome record? Microsoft Excel. What is this? I don't know where this is from, but it scares me. Komo, hold me. I'm scared.
It's fine. I can hold you with
All
my
right, enough of
one
that.
arm.
The point is, you exchange gifts, and you now have a friend. Friend. Well, let's call it friend. You left on amiable terms, or we'll leave on amiable terms.
Yes. I'm gonna give Raz the amulet of fire, but once we depart, just
Excellent.
to assign this. Click.
Please re-enter the 10-foot wide hallway.
Yes, please. It's good that it's party shaped. It's like that game that you played that I haven't quite caught up with yet. Which is what is it again?
What are you watching?
That game where you have four characters and you move in squares all the time on
Legend
an
of
island with
Grimrock.
tricks. Yes, that one.
2 specifically.
Yes.
Please maneuver if you plan to leave.
Yes. Oop.
Please close the door behind you. Don't let the door hit
Yes.
you where the Grit Lord split you. I closed it for you, don't worry.
Thank you.
You are
Okay.
invited to go and see Mimnivix's project as it progresses, if you want to.
That would be neat. Every time I go down, I'll just swing by. Why not?
Maybe we can get him a city map
Unless
of
I find a
Absalom or
way to
something.
bypass the floors. Second?
Maybe we can get him like a map or a painting of, I don't know, some cool
Yeah,
city.
I was thinking about that too. Probably get him some sort of like.
Anyway, you have many doors to pick from.
Yes.
The door over here is an unassuming plain door, kind of blends into the background. This door over here is like heavy and iron, like you'd see in a prison. Like a sturdy door to keep people in.
Well, to keep people out too.
There are more
Anyway,
doors to the south that you walked by when you went north.
yes, but I wanted to investigate this current room so that there's no hidden bullshit. Eh.
The door swings open to a small hallway. I don't know why they do this. You can just make the room longer.
Yes, exactly. And I will now swing open this one very carefully.
Shelves
Obviously, keep an
line
eye
the
out.
walls of this room, each filled with tools used for cleaning or repair work. A silver-headed cane
Ooh,
lies amidst a tangle of mops, brooms, and buckets.
black.
And there's a door to the north and south.
It's like a actual like janitor closet or something.
Pretty much. Although usually gender closets don't have additional doors leading places.
Hmm. Up or down? Let me just toss a coin.
I like that you see a silver-headed cane and you're like, that's not important. The brooms are where the real magic happens.
I don't want to pick stuff up because usually when I pick stuff up, stuff comes out of all the holes and it goes like ooga booga wooga.
Are you an adventurer or what?
I am very careful. I have had my sides burnt before.
Oh, I just noticed there's a tension pool counter below the text. That's neat. Cute. Got it.
Excuse me, what? Where?
There's a tension pool counter at the bottom of the chat window.
There he is. What's that?
When it gets full, I roll, and something bad might happen.
Uh-oh.
If you do something
Okay.
reckless and make a hell of a lot of noise, I also get to roll it.
Oh no. Well, I'm being mostly quiet. Fingers crossed. Investigate the door. Is it trapped? Etc. If it's not
It's a
obviously
janitor
trapped.
door. If anyone put a trap on it, the door would collapse or anything else. Opening the door, however, you see something that might as well be a trap. The walls of this room have been painted crudely, almost childishly, to depict a horrific hellscape of burning mountains, rusting cities, and tormented souls. It's impressive what they've been able to do with the limited tools they have. As they say, art is not about the tools. It's not about tools, it's about the artist. And all that dumb shit no one gives a crap about.
What the heck is that thing?
It's it's a mixture between a fat baby and a fly, and he's about as big as Patra.
Holy shit.
Let's see, a chubby fly-bodied devil.
That's funny. Are they hostile?
They are. Let's see. Spends 18 hours a day in this room, and then 6 hours clean and dust. Thanks to Bokora's crude sense of humor, he's required to do at least 3 of those hours using his tongue.
You. So he's cursed. Or she, I guess.
They definitely don't look like a normal creature that inhabits this world. I mean, maybe they're like a fae. Who knows? But I already spoiled that they're a devil. So we're just work with that. They're like a lower devil. Everyone's seen one of these things fly around at some point. Point is, what you see in front of you is buzzing around the room, waiting, frustrated with what's going on. Since he can't actually leave the room and you haven't entered yet, he just looks over. And, kind of like gestures of like, why are you here? They telepathically asking Shu what this gang of misfits is doing here, and how, I've been able to make it this far in the first place. Most people die or go nuts at this point.
Well, he called it Gang of Misfits. Well, we're trying to misfit in here.
He squints.
And
Because he's a devil, he's actually he can tell that he sees through like the surface level disguise you have to look somewhat human and alive. And he goes, a necromancer.
I'll peek my head over Shu and say yes.
That perhaps we can come to a fine bargain instead of me having to kill you.
Well, lay the details on me, but before that, I need to step away for
Go, Komo, don't. School. Yeah, I'm a spooky, scary boy. Be spooked, be scared, be terrified of me. You're out of touch, out of crime. I'm gonna watch more Deep Rune. How about that? Man, I really like Deep Rune. Alex Teener's doing a playthrough of it recently, and it's really nice. Just a baby Claire. Pop, 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 pop. Just a popping baby. Oh my god. Oh my god. Remember Donut County and a poppin' boy. Oh, I loved saying that. A poppin' boy. Oh. I don't know why he's so skittish with the flame potions, though. We really should just use those. Ooh. Wow. I've got to say, after Mythbearer, This one's impressive. Definitely progress in terms of... Just a baby Claire. Always bap your baby Claires. Man, I got a friend. I wonder when they're gonna come back. On a plane going home. I mean, they were home for a bit. Oh man, Final Fantasy 11 online. Wait, oh yeah, 14 was online too, right? Or was 13? No, wait, 11 was the RuneScape one, right? What am I calling it that? The one with the point and click interface, as it were. Alex Dean is also doing playthrough with that, but my big problem with that, my big problem with that, is that I just missed out on it. Missed out on it. 60 multi-hour. I'm not gonna sit through 100 and so hours. That's like several days of constant watching. I don't have time for that. I could take days off though and just be the one hell of a way to spend your week. Just watching. Oh, Final Fantasy. I mean, a double speed. A double speed and skipping. You can get far. Get pretty far if you want it. Still will be the most exciting thing to do. Oh, Mo. You're back, Mo. Let's get back to it
Yes.
then. Buccarino.
Yes, I do have a little shit post to show you though. Because I just remembered it's on the goddamn toilet. Here. I'll need to edit it a little bit. I'll need to edit it a little bit to make it more accurate to the game. But on a Photoshop, Argus's face and this.
You had a taste of my shoe.
Yes. By McKisley, behave yourself. I will give you a taste of my shoe.
Oh
And I
yeah,
put forward a bird
I forgot.
with two swords.
You get 60 experience points for making friends with the Spider-Man.
Nice. Oh, hold on. 60. That brings me to 280. There.
Sexy.
Very. Okay, so this guy was offering some sort of proposition.
I mean, he wants you to do a favor for him.
Yes, what sort of favor?
Let's see. Oh heck. He has a special memory. Oh wow. He offers you a special memory. In return, he wants you to go check downstairs with his superior about this whole being stuck underground thing, because he's pretty sure his contract has expired and he just hasn't been allowed to leave yet. So if you could just figure that out, just go find Corlock. He's a bearded devil. Can't miss him. He's got a fucking beard that's filled to the brim with death. Can't miss him.
Sure, that makes sense. Okay, I'll go and have a talk with them if I meet them.
Give him the
Ask about your contract.
Just a baby Claire.
Now, don't they know where the contract is expired though?
No, they need the contract, the hard proof, before they can make such assumptions. He's a devil. He is bound by the contract, and odds are there's a clause in there they can't just look at it without someone presenting it to him or something.
Well, I'm gonna squint at him. I'm gonna say, "Would you like to sign a contract with me about it?"
You're very
it's
cute.
A joke.
God damn it! He buzzes frustratedly at you, and your little teases.
Look, I have a sense of humor. I'm not always a dumbass.
He's literally been licking these walls for hundreds of years.
I know. I still make fun of it. Okay. Is it fine if I close this door for now?
Click.
Yeah, there you go. I think you can leave. Whenever, anyway. So, I'm gonna hop over here and check this door. Again, order of operations, Patra,
Yeah.
and...
A pair of hulking humanoids stand quietly in the corner, each covered by a thick layer of dust.
At least statues.
They look more like clockwork robots, which sometimes are filled with exciting things that are worth selling.
Hmm. I'll bite it. I'll take a peek. Not taking anything, just taking a peek for now. So shoe over here, Patra right behind. If something happens.
Hmm. Just a baby. Oh. Oh, this does only one at a time, huh? Is there a secret group role button? I don't even know. Surprisingly, I think it's going to be Patra who notices this detail. Yeah, Patra's the only one who notices this. Although I think
What's going
Patra
on?
is training crafting, right? So it's not even that surprising. Yeah, they're training for crafting. Got to maintain your equipment if you're going to bonk people with it.
Hmm.
Patra notices that these clockwork machines, most of their components have completely rusted over and are no longer useful. Unfortunately, what has been used to make them, it needs maintenance. It needs the oiling, it needs the polishing, it needs the work. However, each of them still contains magical gemstones that were used as bearing in the clockworks that are probably still worth something. 8 amethysts worth 5 gold pieces each. They are
Hmm.
dragged to your inventory in.
I have an idea, however. Before we collect them, I would like to take note of where those gems were,
Mm-hmm.
and then when we go back, I'm thinking of grabbing both of these, bringing them up, and then reassembling like into one working one. They probably didn't all rust through entirely. There's probably some
This is
parts to
definitely
salvage.
something you can try, but there are several bulk, and you should probably do that on your way out.
Yeah, like I said, when I go back to town, this is what I'm going to be taking back.
Excellent.
So let's take a note of that. I'm gonna add it to my to-do list. Hold on.
You have one
Is there?
in game.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm putting in. Is there like a number for this room that I could use?
B26.
Bring back clockwork robots from B26, right?
Yes,
Okay.
26.
Click. There you go. Not important, but useful.
Excellent. Well, unless you want to collect bleach, there's not much around here.
Yeah, I'm not really interested in bleach.
I'm impressed that this bub is. Let's see. Does it? Yeah. I'm impressed that Zabub, despite being here for 500 years, paints at a crude and childish level. He didn't even try.
Look, I've seen artists who do that. It's fine. It happens. Maybe
Maybe
that's their
he
preferred
maybe
style.
he does it crudely so that he doesn't have to worry about cleaning it later.
Probably because he has to destroy it later. So
Anyway, as I mentioned, there's a thick door here if you want to go through a thick door.
yes, I would like to
Or you
go
can
through
examine the doors
through
further south.
through an extra thick door. Let's investigate it. Is it closed?
Yes, it requires opening.
Okay. Excuse me. Is it locked? Shit.
No. Attempting to open it will
Okay. Fair
result
enough.
in opening the door.
Yes. Okay.
Let me tell you, broken down torture instruments lie half collapsed heaps on the floor here. To the north slumps a ruined stretching rack, while to the south a pillory lies fallen on the floor. Rusty tongs and chains, frays, rotten whips, and other instruments of torture lie on shelves that look like they're about to collapse. There's also bottles and potions and all kinds of poisons, and jars that are filled with strange, skittering things.
They're still skittering. Does this mean they're fresh? Is there like a layer of dust on it?
The most interesting detail about this room is that on the stretching rack there's a knife stabbed into it. I forgot that
A
detail,
knife.
sorry. Yes. But when you enter the room, you cause sufficient disturbance that all the jars suddenly fall to the ground. Some of them
That's not
contained
good.
a whole lot of rats, spiders, and bats, which begin to fill up the room voluminously.
This must be some sort of magical trap. Holy shit! All right. Do we roll initiative now?
Sure, let's go for it.
Because what I want to do is bail from the room, take position over here, and as they funnel through this little corridor, we'll use burning hands to clean this up.
The tenacious rat swarm growls to life. Scamper,
Uh-oh.
scamper, skitter, scatter. Um, so what happens, Komo, is that a whole bunch of rats just start biting on your ankle.
Yeah.
Give me the goods. Give me
Base
that reflex save.
Yes. They're biting Argus specifically.
Yes.
Okay. Here is the save, and I failed miserably.
You take double damage, and you have to roll against Filth Fever.
Uh-oh.
Okay, give me a. You know what? I'll roll the fort save for you. Don't worry about it.
Please do.
Don't worry about it. Oh, I can't roll that secretly from here, huh?
Really?
There's,
Why not?
there's a secret skill button, but there's not a secret saving throw button. I gotta
That's lame.
set this one manually. You feel fine. The spider swarm springs to life and begins to
Uh-oh.
skitter towards the bird and the bug. Snap, snap, snap.
Both of
Two.
them should do reflex? Yeah,
Yes, because they attack everyone in their space.
that's kind of amusing. Here's reflex from Raz. And here's a reflex from the bird.
Excellent. In that case, they both take 1 point of damage. Terrifying. Horrifying.
Would you please account
Raz.
for that?
If you click half, it'll half the damage.
Okay. Half. Select at least one, but it is selected.
I'll take care of it for. Oh, oh.
Yeah, for some reason it tells me that it's not selected. Oh, there you go.
Oh no,
Thank
actually,
you.
he takes nothing.
Oh,
Shu, because Shu critically succeeded.
nice.
Oh, Shu, you're such
Okay.
a special boy.
Raz is gonna move over here, and they're gonna prepare burning hands.
Patra, get out of there.
Yes, they're gonna rush out. Maybe prepare a weapon, actually. That makes sense. That's warm. No!
The skittering sounds, the flapping of wings,
Yeah.
the squeaking of rats is incredible. Argus, you and Shu are consumed by the swarm and treated to a blood feast.
Uh-oh.
Another reflex save.
Yes, hold on. Okay, let me try this. I select one. I select two. No? Okay, if I click and drag. Okay, I've clicked and dragged it, and now I can press basic. Oh, I almost clicked it. I'm training. Okay.
All right, Argus, Komo, Shu, get
Yes.
out of there.
Yes, I am just running through. Hold on, I have to do it now separately. Eh, and then eh, with my poor little feeties. Eh. Oh, the door's closed for some reason. Eh.
It's because you were rushing in the wrong rushy
Yes.
way.
Yes, and she was going to be here. Argus is back. They used, because of their lame leg, they had to use 2 action points, so they can't cast Burning Hands anymore. But they are going to prepare something. Let's see, which would be. Oh, screw it. I'll just put guidance on.
Okay.
Shoot.
So we're just gonna say that the swarms kind of blend together as their ravenous hunger drives them closer.
Yes. And now, Raz is just going to do what they prepared to do immediately.
I can't. Why can't I?
Yes?
Yeah, there we go. That's what I want to do. I want to shift and hold. So that they all. Oh. God damn it. So that you can see the center of their picture. That's a bit more. There you go. That's better. Anyway, you are unleashing some spells. Let's take a look see.
Yes. Burning Hands.
Let's take a la look see. The bus will be here. The bus. Ooh. Well, that's 2 failures. Actually, let me just split them up. I need to split them up anyway. All right. The bat swarm takes half damage. So it takes half, but these things are weak. They take 3 extra damage from that, so it actually takes 7. The swarm dissipates significantly as it is overwhelmed with a spray of fire. 8, and the rat swarm takes an extra 3, so that's 11. The rat swarm also loses significant volume. 11. You know what? With this, all these swarms are so dead that they basically just dissipate. That is such a good damage roll. You kind of start Patron all, they swing and sweep at the remainder, but there isn't much left. You get 8 experience points for this moderate encounter.
80?
80.
Okay. That brings me to 3 and 60. Nice. Okay. Can I have Raz look at Argus's injuries? Because they just got screwed.
All right, whose injuries are looking at who?
Raz is going to take a look at Argus. Also, you didn't account for the damage that Argus took. from the
Stamina,
double
dude. You
down
have
shot.
stamina.
Okay, so did I succeed or did I fail on that sickness thing?
Mm. Medicine check might be able to reveal something about you.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to investigate. So let's go with a medicine check.
Let's see.
Click.
You are definitely suffering from early onset filth fever.
What does it do? Could you put it on the screen?
Holy shit. Here you go.
Sickened until the disease is cured. Stage 2, sickened 1. Stage 2. Oof. Okay, so let's see. I think I might have something from that for that. Oh.
I mean, for the first hour or so, you won't even notice what's going on. And after, I mean, don't forget that after that 1d4 hours, the fort save gets rolled again. So who knows what the outcome of that will be.
Yeah, that is fair enough. But just checking everybody who got bitten, just in case. Okay, for the time being, let's just continue exploring.
Excellent!
Oh boy. What is in this room, so?
As I mentioned, it's full of torture implements, and there's the knife stuck inside. A bunch of the shelves have now collapsed because a whole bunch of rats magically popped out of jars and bottles.
Yeah. Well, you did mention the knife, and that makes me think that it is significant in some way. Could you describe it a little bit more detail?
It's like a stiletto. You know, one of those
Mm-hmm.
those quick blades, swift blade things.
Mm.
There you go.
Do you think crafting would be a reasonable skill to roll to identify? Oh, hold on. Oh, huh. Inert, paperweight, icebreaker, and curious. That's kind of neat. Wait, it's ink pen. Oh, because it has like poison something in it, I think. That's kind of neat. Huh. Ink pen that is camouflaged as an excuse me, it's a knife that's camouflaged as that. Okay, that's kind of neat. Um, am I able to pull it off the table and does something happen when I do?
You can, and nothing seems to happen. It's in your
Okay,
hand now.
fair enough. I would like to hand it over to Shu.
Uh,
Shu might have to, however, sacrifice some of the items that they're carrying because, yeah, the climbing kit is gonna go to Patra. Patra is our heavyweight champion.
well, a little bit later,
Yes,
Shuno has a cool sword that has no special features other than just being kind of neat.
it is kind of neat. That's the thing. It's a pen. I can write things with it.
I don't know
Okay,
why you
and
exchange anything. Their encumbrance wouldn't have changed when they took Kingslayer on, so. It's a light thing, and it doesn't count as a bulk until you have 10 light objects.
that's fair enough, but just in case.
Okay,
It was
gotcha.
bothering me because there were very,
This
very
hallway
low
is
life
where
on
you
the
took
way.
the notes, by the way.
Right, fair enough. That makes sense. I'll close the door here for now. Now, is there anything else in this room that I might spot? Thank you.
God damn it.
What?
Well, everyone except Argus picks up
Argus
on
has
a.
been just bitten. They're feeling a little sick.
Everyone but Argus notices a distinct breeze coming from the south.
Mm,
As in, there's this distant.
from the
Additionally,
south.
one of the rusted rings on the wall. There's a bunch of them, for hanging your prisoners from in a comfortable fashion. Uncomfortable fashion, probably.
Mhm,
One of them. It's not quite as rusted. The handle looks more worn than the rest of them. Different kinds
mhm,
of wear and tear on it.
mhm.
So what do you do?
I suppose it is some sort of like a pulley to open this door, perhaps. So
Do you wish to
I'd
pull
like
it?
to pull on it. Yes.
Giving it a firm, sturdy yank, you hear the loud squeaking of the internal mechanisms, revealing doors.
Ooh. Do both doors open or just one?
Well, that one actually is also just completely accessible. There's another secret door down the hall, but it's visible from your side and it isn't locked from this
Mhm.
side, so you can just see it. So yes, you get this
That makes
small T
sense.
section.
Mhm.
Whoops! I accidentally clicked the elevator's door, so I teleported. Let me turn that off for you. In front of of Shu is a plain circular room. A single image of a moss-caked skull adorns the eastern wall.
Hmm. Does any one of us recognize that symbol?
Religion.
Religion. I think Raz might actually be. Yes, they have +8 to that. Let's see what they know. 27. Now let's see,
Well,
just for the
that's
sake of reference, Argus is going to also do it because I just like rolling rolls. Like 13.
100% reason to remember the name, as they say. Let me look this one up for you. Because this is the symbol of Nimbaloth. Nim. One of the outer gods and great old ones. Let's see. An outer god, to be specific, who hunts along the shores of the River of Souls. They are a shapeless entity known as the Empty Death. Their edicts are to make as many undead as you can, particularly incorporeal ones, and feast upon carnivals who have recently feasted upon others. Has no anathema, but only allows the chaotic evil boys.
Oh, that's silly.
Basically, they're a god of undeath, but like a mean one.
Mm. Well, I suppose they're not exactly up my alley. Is there anything interesting in this room now that we actually take a look at it? There's not usually
There's
tiny
just the
rooms like
symbol.
that.
Otherwise, it's a circular room.
So it's like a shrine.
I mean,
Perception?
Argus, you do notice that there's a seam between the door and the room itself.
The seam.
A seam.
Oh, well, you did mention the elevator. I was just looking for an excuse to actually, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, understand that it's something similar. So, does it look like this whole thing move? If I ask Shu to lightly kind of bob up and down, does it like shake?
How
As if it
I
was on
think
the
Shu is
wires.
pretty light, so it wouldn't know.
What if I do that? What if
Then
Argus
you
does
would
that?
feel this sort of like a chain is pulling on the room and keeping it in place.
Hmm. Are there any buttons that I can see, perhaps?
There's just the moss-caked skull in the room.
I'd like to peek at the skull itself, maybe touch it.
You poke the skull. The second you do, the door closes and you are removed down to the next floor below.
Oh, gosh.
So, let me unlock it for you since you now know how to operate it. And go ahead, bring yourself down there.
I'm not exactly seeing how.
There's a little door icon in the center of the room. If you select your token to click that, you'll go down.
Okay, select tokens, click.
There's no way to call the elevator back up, so you're down here until you make it go back up again. You appear inside of a small circular room. And, well, technically you're in the same one you were in a moment ago.
Oh, you just teleported me into a wall.
Yes, it's because I need to. It's okay. Oh man, it's the exact same room description. Cool. There's a room to the door to the north and door to the south. You are, however, without half of your party.
Yeah, I understand. I'm not too happy about this, so I'm gonna try to manipulate the skull again. Did I press like on one of the eyes?
You just kind of brushed against it and it started to move. It's very sensitive.
What if I do that again?
Then you may teleport back up north, up again.
Oh, okay.
Use the door, my powerful friend.
Done. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Gosh. Now, I assume it's been some time. On a side note, it's getting relatively close to your.
It's fine, Komo. We can go a bit more.
Okay, let's keep going then for now. At least until Argus gets sick, and we'll go back to town then. Let's take a look at what's past this door. Click.
You are in the basement of the Gauntlet. At least it's a circular room and it should be there. The walls of the circular room are smooth and grey. A ribbon of pale blue light coils and slithers through the air, connecting the floor at the center of the room to the ceiling 15 feet up above. So it's like, like the resonance cascade. It's a big lightning beam that connects the floor to the ceiling.
Oh.
The points.
Well, the light has to come from somewhere.
The points where this light touches the stone above and below seethe and right, as if the stone itself is suffering from an infection. The desiccated remains of an enormous purple worm lie slumped around the ribbon, forming a crescent shriveled and tattered purple flesh.
That's an actual dead worm.
That is an actual dead purple worm.
Oh.
Additionally, Komo, entering this room makes you deathly ill.
Uh-oh.
The energy of that lightning bolt is so intense that it makes living things feel like they're not alive for long.
Oh. Is it something
Oh,
that I can
excuse me.
attribute to?
I misread this.
Yes.
The central lightning beam at the center does indeed hurt you, but everything else is perfectly fine in this room.
Oh, I was about to actually investigate it and stick my like arm in it.
Open the. There we go. I wanna give it a cool lightning effect.
Yeah. I wanted to touch the light to see its effect on myself.
No, that's not the wrong. I want an electric one.
Oh, that looks kind of
Classic
gross. Like
rays. No.
a goober. Booger.
Come on. Oh, zone electricity. That's what I want. That's a cool one.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Although it's more like pale blue. Yeah, that's good enough. All right. You wanted to do what? You wanted to touch it with your hand?
I wanted to extend my hand and touch it, yes.
Excellent. Can you give me a DC 16 reflex save?
Yes. It's
You
15.
fail. You take 9 negative damage.
Ugh.
Despite your negative healing, this effect works on you anyway because you are alive, and this energy is like rotting a part of you that is technically still alive. You don't want to
makes
touch
sense.
that. You get a strong sense that touching that again is a bad idea. You know, like
Yeah,
oven
I
stove
won't.
stuff.
I learned. Yeah, I know. But like I said, you have to burn yourself to learn. Ugh. Mm. Okay, let's go around that. Purple worm. What did the purple worm die from? From the contact with this thing, or was it like brought here as a sacrifice or something?
Let's take a look. See.
Because generally they tunnel into stuff. Did it like tunnel into it, touch this thing, and die, or?
It obviously died from starvation, judging by its very like shriveled up state. It's possible that what happened is that when Belcora died, there was no one left to feed it because the walls of this place are pretty sturdy.
Hmm.
It might have been
So it
incapable of
couldn't.
digging out of this room.
That is sad. Oh, maybe I'll bring it back as an undead purple worm. That would be amusing.
Would take one hell of
Although
an
there's
onyx
probably.
gemstone, but
Yeah. Okay. So the stick
while
will
you're
take us through
examining
now.
the carcass,
Yes.
you will find that it does have something inside of its belly. Like there's one part where it kind of lumps up.
Oh.
Yes,
What is that?
something it ate.
No, I understand, but what I'm saying, what is that? I would like to
Something it ate.
investigate. Cut it open.
Ah, you cut it open. That is an action.
Yes.
You need to tell me your actions.
Okay, fair enough. In that case, I would like to investigate
You
it. Use
easily
that.
slice open.
Yes.
It's. I don't know if these things are scaly. You give it a good slice, and out
Yes.
falls a Duergar skeleton and part of its flesh. It's mostly digested. It's clutching onto a weapon of sorts with a rune affixed to it. And since you are low
Oh.
level, the rune is just a +1, a Warhammer +1 to be specific.
Hmm.
Oh no, wait, excuse me, I changed it because I thought it was neat. He's got a weird thing. He's got a +1 flintlock.
Oh, Flint. There are guns.
Why
I
not?
keep forgetting that there are guns. It's so weird to see them.
Rolling
That's
from his
still
body
kind of
is
neat.
this long, strange thing. You might have seen it. I mean, if you've been to the Osirian, you might have been close enough to Alkenstar to know what a firearm is.
Huh. That's amusing. All right, fair enough. Just the gun itself, is it decayed in some way, or?
It seems to be in pretty good shape considering what it was inside of.
Hmm. I guess that's why it was preserved so well. Does it have any sort of ammunition with it on the skeleton?
There is like a powder horn, which you think is how they reloaded these things, but it's completely empty. There are lead bullets here, but those are pretty much worthless. But the powder horn is whatever digestion system this thing has ruined the gunpowder. Additionally, I don't know if gunpowder
Well,
keeps forever or not, but
I don't think it does because a lot of it is organic, I think. At least if we're talking about like the black powder sort of stuff. So let's see, black powder shelf life.
minimum of 10 years if stored and sealed in the proper container. Oh,
Chef, as long as black powder is stored in a dry environment, it should have an indefinite shelf life.
well, this body sure ain't that.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Well, maybe there's something to scrape from it so that we could bring it to like an alchemist to investigate what exactly it was made of. All right, fair enough. I'm gonna put that on Petra. Have them carry that around for it now.
There you go, Patra. Here's a gun. It's bigger
Yes.
than you are.
Yes. Petra shoots it, falls over. Okay. I'd like to ask Shu to investigate and open this door.
Through this door, they see the 5-foot-long hallway has 3 alcoves on each side. Stone sarcophagi stand upright in each. A door leads out to the south.
You know what? Since they're going first into rooms, I'm just gonna tap them on the head and give their beak the light source.
It's fine. Then who loses the light source?
I lose the light source because I'm always in the back.
You're
But I do
always
have
close to your friends.
yes, but we have Raz with the light source, so that's fine.
The sarcophagi are empty, by the way. They're like open a bit. They don't even look used at all.
Oh, so they were never filled.
To be specific, considering that Balkora got killed before she got to do any of her sneaky plans, it's possible that she had plans for these but never got to use them. As you do.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'd like to still like poke around at it, see if the construction has anything special about them. Like, oh, are these actually torture devices or something? Also, probably combat trackers should not be displaying a battle. Thank you.
I mean, they're nicely made sarcophagi, but nothing special about them, really. They never got used in the first place, so who knows if they had anything.
I have a really stupid idea.
What is it?
I feel compelled to get in one.
Komo, this isn't Dark Souls. You're not going to show up in Grave Lord Toledo's home.
No, it's not that. It's just like obsession with death and everything. And I think the character would see like, oh,
Well,
hey, it's like a sarcophagus.
If you want to spend some time, you can probably spend a few hours trying to get this up the stairs. Twisting it.
I mean, no, I don't want to sleep in it. I just want to like get into it, like see the perspective from it, essentially.
You'd see a lid. Congratulations.
Yes. All right. Well, that's weird and spooky, but fair enough. Let's keep
Be
going.
glad it wasn't in use, or someone would have found that desecration.
Yeah. But like you said, they were vacant.
Swanky Wankies. There's a door to the south, by the way, which is
and
not secret from this side.
Not secret from this side, yes. I still can't go through it though because I believe there's a wall.
Yeah, you can't open secret doors on your own. You need my special hands for that.
Yes. So
through it, you find the stinkiest room.
Uh-oh.
Because there are 4 sleepy boys here, sleeping on the ground. Some of them don't. Some of them breathe normally, and others have this rattling, scraping sound every time they inhale and exhale. Like their lungs aren't quite normal.
Right. Is that the same troglodytes that we've seen before?
Yes. And indeed, all of them have like weird changes to their body.
They've been hostile before in 100% of cases, and they didn't respond to any sort of conversation. So I would like to ask Shu to finish them off while they're sleeping.
Excellent. In that case, Shu, go ahead.
Stealth?
Roll me 4 attack rolls.
Okay.
If he fucks any of them up, then guess who's going to stand up and start beating your ass?
Yeah, but we'll retreat into the room. So, first attack.
You just don't need to
roll. Are they all going to be without map?
They're all without map. You have time to set up every stroke.
Okay, that's 2.
Just need to avoid a 1. Hey!
It's like he's getting better at it.
But his aim's getting better.
Yeah, I know.
Let's have a look-see. This is 120 experience points, because it would have been a tough fight if they were alive.
120? Right, so that brings me to 480.
They have been relieved of their suffering via some sneaky sneaking.
Yes. Good. Jeez. Anything useful on them? Or is it just regular?
Their equipment is just hot garbage. They seem to have no eye for beauty.
Yeah, well, technically neither do I. Gosh. Okay, let's peek through these double doors real quick.
Oh my god. I recall, like, I do your own adventure book, Choose Your Own Adventure, and one of them is like, you're an undead in Waterdeep, and it constantly likes to hammer on the fact that you're an undead, you can't appreciate beauty, blah.
Why?
I don't know why.
There's no connection between the two.
It just likes to hammer on that point for some reason.
You can appreciate beauty from your time period, probably, like it's a psychological thing, but it's not.
I'm a widow baby. Ugh, god damn it. I just want to save my... God, stupid. Whatever. Alright. As you open this door, you are presented with some Zolgath who are not, in fact, dumb.
Sleep.
And immediately notice the light source that beams into the room. And they go, Also, since it took some time. Oh no, a complication arises.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you what though.
It's probably happening in town outside.
Mm-hmm. As you open the
These
door,
guys,
the Zolgath.
these guys,
Hmm?
yes.
What about them?
Do they react?
They grab their arms and they wait for you to make the first move.
Oh, shit. Well,
So what do you do?
dang.
They're not moving any closer to you. They're like hiding. One of them plans to slink away, like he's immediately goes skid off to the side and everything.
Mm. I've killed like 50 of you before. What do you think is going to happen to you? Surrender now and I'll let you live.
They You get
Could you
about the
try?
same response you would get if you said this to a horse.
They just gotta flick their ears, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Response to a horse. Horses are not very smart. We got screwed. We got the worst ungulates. Oh, if they don't respond in that case, gosh. Well, Patra's gonna make the first move. They have a hand crossbow, I believe.
Shu is first.
Shoo, excuse me, not Patra. Yes. Oh, short bow. They'll just use the short bow. Strike at the one who pokes out first.
Well, the one that they can see. They were
Yes.
this one seemed to be fiddling with their arm, and now they're like getting up and ready to fight.
Yeah. Well, there's the shot.
That's a hit. Did you know that?
Yes.
Oh.
You just told me.
Pew. Well, he's still alive. There's an arrow sticking out of his ribs, but he seems no more pain than before.
That makes sense. Everybody will prepare their respective attacks. So Raz will prepare electric arc. Komo will prepare the extended chill touch, and Patra will just start swinging. If they start rushing us, that's what we're gonna do.
One of them quickly like peeks around the corner and then dives for cover.
Good. They should.
As I mentioned, okay, you do that. This guy stays. This guy goes over here. He like moves forward
Okay.
and then he goes around the corner.
Around the corner. Wow.
And they now
Wow.
now they wait.
Mm. What they don't know is that I don't have to wait. Let me
There's no
see.
time to wait, says Superman.
Yes.
Shoo.
Shoo. Well.
There's a
They're
scrape
waiting
of them
for
drawing
us.
there's a scrape of them drawing javelins. Stab on my back.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna close the door here, and we're gonna wait in a trap of our own over here. Let's see who we can outpace, essentially. I can't seem to move anything because the game is paused.
It's not paused. That might have been a glitch.
It is paused on mine, so I'm just gonna refresh it real quick.
Jesus.
Excuse me.
Ah.
Like I said, there's something wrong with my throat.
Please let me
Probably caught a
drink.
cold, or again, COVID or what have you. I don't know how that works. Maybe it's just a cold. Maybe it's bronchitis.
Oh no.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Right, so, I'm gonna step over here with a bow drawn, and as one of my actions, I'm gonna close this door.
If you close the doors, then you're not going to find that they reciprocate. Which is to say
No,
that
no, no.
Hmm?
I close just one door. I
Okay.
leave one open.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, one of the fellows kind of like leans out. He's still taking cover. He leans out and he hucks a javelin at you, Argus.
Yes. 17. That should hit.
Pow.
Yes. However, because I've prepared an action,
Mm-hmm.
I am also, in response to that, going to hit them
You can't see
with
them.
a chill touch. Why not? I have the.
Argus,
I don't.
you don't have light. And your light
Ah,
sources
yeah,
are
because I
all at
moved it
awkward
to.
angles.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know what? That's clever. Fair enough. All right, I'll
That's
take
your
that
own
7
fault.
damage. I know. I didn't quite think this through because, yeah, that is my mistake.
All right. Well, on the good news, it's your turn now.
Yes.
So
Yes,
after getting hit,
I will step back once again. Prepare the attack.
Raz,
Raz are gonna step over here once again,
Patra.
prepare the attack. Patra is just holding this door and gearing up to bonk somebody on the head.
Shoo.
They prepare a bow attack.
Komo.
We just wait for a few turns. If they're not gonna be coming through,
You wait like a good few seconds, and there's just
mhm.
nothing. There's some scuff shuffling on the other side. Like they got
Mm,
their own actions ready, but not much else.
gosh. Okay. Well, if you never use it, you'll never use it. Raz is gonna slowly walk over here so that the light actually goes into the other room, and the moment they see one of them like peeking around the corner, they're gonna throw one of those beads of
Now, this
fireball
is
right over here.
this is one of those situations where what's it called? Like smoke sticks are like super useful. Throw it off the wall. Give you some smoke
Oh,
screen.
if that's the case, well, you know what? Yeah, Zhu actually has one, so let's use that. Let's be smart about this. In that case, we're gonna toss the smoke stick into the room from here, and then we're gonna rush in and try to bunk them on the head.
Excellent. Where do you want the smoke stick to end up?
One moment. Let's see. What exactly is the range on it? Let me read it.
I mean, you can throw things
Oh,
about
there
20
it is.
feet most of the time. It's a
Right.
5 foot.
Fair enough.
It's a 5 foot. It's like one square. Actually, it's a burst of 5 feet. So yeah, it's like a 10 by 10. 10 yeah.
Right. In that case, they're gonna step over Patra, and they're gonna just kind of throw it into the room somewhere over here because that would be roughly 20 feet.
Excellent. Thick fog.
Yes. And now everybody will start moving in. And then once again, spend one move action and prepare an attack.
All right. Well, you wait. You wait.
Hmm?
Okay. Whose turn is it now? Shoes just standing there.
Yes. Shu is going to move in with prepared bow.
Como.
Komo will move over here. Excuse me. Argus will move over here with a prepared chill touch.
Raz.
Raz is going to move over here with a prepared electric arc.
Okay. Well, you hear some of them like sticking out their sticks, like swinging
Hmm?
at the smoke cloud to see if it's something or not.
Hmm? Okay, it's
Ouch.
Patra's turn. They're going to step for. Excuse me, didn't mean to open that. They're going to step for that. Step over here. Do they see the immediately adjacent troglodyte?
Ooh. Uh, do they? Let's see. All creatures within that area are concealed, and all other creatures are concealed to them. So it's like a pretty thin smoke, actually. But it's enough that with dark vision it gets kind of cloudy. Probably, but he's around the corner, so he has like tremendous cover.
In that case, you would have to step over here and
In
then
that
bunk him.
case, like several. Well, actually, I have to roll like 3 of these. Oh, well, one of the javelins goes completely wide.
Yes.
The other two just normal throws. Well, Patrick is hit by one javelin,
Yes.
and then they get to make their swing.
Yes. Click. Action. First of all, they moved once, so now they will rage, and then they're going to strike. Click. Yes, on this one, but they whiff it.
Oh no! This Olgath warrior is frustrated. He already threw his javelin. It went somewhere.
Yes.
So he rushes in and he tries to grab the creature around the neck. Fails. Well, fine then. He'll go in for a claw swipe. Also fails.
Huh.
This one in the back seems more than content, just hawking javelins. That is an astounding success. A javelin gets thrown, also misses. They're not being very effective. Shoo!
Shoo will jump through the smoke and immediately do the thing. Oh, actually, no. Hold on. If they were preparing a bow,
They would get to
they would
shoot,
have
yes.
to use one action to
Go ahead.
replace it. Replace it with the two swords, and I believe they have an ability. Let me check the feats real quick. Nimble dodge. Nope, nope. Double slice requires two actions. Yeah, fair enough. In that case, you're gonna move up here and attack once. Oh, maybe no. No, they're gonna tumble through to this square, if it's possible.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Yes. Skills, acrobatics. Yes. I do not think
Excellent.
13 works. But you know what? I want to use hero point to reroll that.
They need a
Skills.
17.
Does 24 work?
Excellent. They're now behind him, and they're flat-footed against their next attack. So go ahead, Shu. You can use your double slice.
Can they?
Yeah, they got
They
two
haven't.
actions, right?
No, they used one action to
Tumble through, stride up to your speed, and then you move through one enemy space.
Yes, but they swapped weapons one action. Tumble through
Okay,
another
then they can
action.
only attack. Gotcha. They have
They can
one
only
sword
attack
in their
once.
hand, and they swing with it.
Yes.
Give him that
There we
wakizashi
go.
slash. He is flat-footed. That's a crit.
Yes.
What?
Nice.
This is what we like to call a pro gamer move.
Yes. 18.
He's fucking dead, man.
Good.
This creature is, as the rest of them, they're not smart. They don't have much brains left. So bite, slice at Patra. And it gets
It works.
it goes for the nom noms. Patra takes some still not actually taking hit point damage, but nom nom. Komo.
Good. Yes. I'll move through here entirely, and I'm gonna use the chill touch. Won't even use the it's called rage thingy. Click. There's the damage.
You
Slap him
chillingly
across the face. Yes.
touch him.
Wait, hold on. If I'm using it from the staff, then I can just bonk them over the head with it.
Probably. That's not necessarily how spellcasting works, but I like your gusto, baby. You slap him on the head. Bam!
Yes.
He takes the damage. And still standing. Because it's just a little babby cantrip. And you're not a wizard. Your cantrips aren't cool.
Yes. Now, here's an interesting question here. Can Raz occupy the same space as Patrick? They're so
No.
small.
They need to be 2 sizes smaller for that.
Fair enough. In that case, oh gosh.
Could you stand in the same 5-foot square as a child? I don't think so. I don't think you could do that and still fight good.
Yeah, fair enough. In that case, they still have 25 feet of movement, so they're going to move over here. There's one action, and then they're going to cast the arc. Spells, electric arc. Boom, on these 2 dummies. Gosh.
Apparently, they're feeling very reflexive today.
That is
From the pile of debris climbs this fellow, and he hurls his club directly at you, Komo.
Oh my
You are
God.
flat-footed against this, but unfortunately, despite the +2, that doesn't change the outcome, which is just that he clocks you very hard with this thing.
Ow!
You actually take hit point damage from that. Bam!
That's amazing. Yeah, I now have a massive bruise from
Patra!
that. Jesus. Patra!
The smoke billows around them.
Yes. They're gonna step over here and they're gonna bonk this dumbass as much as they can. Actually, they probably don't even need to, because they're out of the smoke here. So it's gonna be, oops, excuse me. Wrong token selected, there. Here's 1. Oh, come on! Here's 2. Yes! Here's the damage for that.
Their weapon sizzles with heat as they kill the Zolgath warrior.
Yes. And then they're gonna move their remaining action to step forward to this dummy.
The dummy appreciates it. He has no weapons in his hand, so he's just going to go for the old classic 1 slash as Patra takes some ouchie damage.
Yes.
Patra's starting to feel the burn, as it were.
Yes.
All right, Shu.
Shoo. Let's see. So, no, not features. Or is it still features? I wonder. Yeah, it is features. So, they're gonna step over here, and they're gonna do the double slice on this dummy.
They stride closer, heft their weapon.
Yes, I just need to, where is it? In there. Pull it up.
They
Take 2 strikes, 2 melee weapons. Current multiple attack penalty, which is none right now.
So they.
So,
yeah.
Here's the 1 attack.
Where's number 2?
Here's the no. Hold on.
The second one is always made with a wakizashi in this case.
Yep. Here's the second one.
Yeah. Wait, why are they on? Because I forgot to set it as trained. So I think that should
Both would hit.
be +4. Yeah, +4 because that's what they would get. So that is a 21. So yeah, sure, that's 2 hits.
Okay, here's the damage from 1. Here's
Doo-doo-doo.
damage from 2.
Get out of here. Thank you. Here, let's change the base to short sword. How did I do it last time anyway? Why can't I just set the math? I guess arbitrary setting like that is annoying. Here you go, short sword. Now it should properly have him at +9. Gotcha. All right, 2 damages combined together. The creature is standing. It has these big cuts and bruises, and it's bleeding, and the blood congeals into this goop. Komo, what do you do?
Yes. I want some of my hit points back. So, let's see how the second level of my curse works. I would like to use second focus spell, which is the Soul Siphon, on this dumbass that is badly injured in the corner.
You suck him. Oh, that's almost a crit. He still takes half. He takes 1, and you get 1 temp hit point.
Yes.
Well, you have 2 actions left. You can still cast a spell.
Yes, and that spell is going to be, once again... no, Chill Touch is not enough range. But... well, screw it. I'm going to the surface after this because I'll probably feel sick, so it's going to be Grim Tendrils on the same dummy. There we go. And it should not hit any of my friends. That's the damage.
Alright, you hit on this guy?
On this one, near death.
Well, he
Dang
still takes half. He takes 2.
Gosh,
Raz,
this guy should get
zap
another.
him.
Yes,
With
exactly. The arc is just such a good spell. Like, holy shit, why would I use anything else, right?
It's a real nice kicker. The downside is
because
anything that some things have like special save resistance and reflexes is not an uncommon save for things to be good at. So it's like, come on, man.
But it's still good. It's still chip damage.
It's still good. The enchanting one takes full. The other one hangs on by 1 hit point.
Holy shit, this guy is just made out of stone, literally and figuratively.
He is knowledgeable, and he will get you. He swipes at Shu's feet, and Shu actually has DC 20, so he fails at that. Well, fine, he'll just go for the claws.
That fails too.
He swipes madly at him. What does Patra do?
Yes, Patra. Well. Unfortunately, throwing people on the ground does not exactly confer any sort of bonuses. They'll just attack.
They're easy enough to hit. Don't worry about it.
1. And then, oh, excuse me, it shouldn't be at +9. It should be at +4. Here's 2.
Okay,
they're
probably
dead.
Dead. They're probably dead.
Yes. Okay, so here's the regular damage. Here's the critical. Wow.
That one brings him to 1 hit point, and then he gets hit for more than his maximum in a single blow. So yeah, yet again, Patra
just
turns
Patra just annihilates them. There's something about games that UDM where kobolds, barbarians just do ridiculous damage. Remember 100 damage critical hits?
Oh god. That's Pathfinder for you. So swipes the legs out from well, I mean, to be fair, those are like ×4 crits, was it? Oh, those are gross. Anyway, point is this guy has a giant hole where his chest, where his lungs and heart are supposed to be, so that's good.
Gross. Do they also explode like the last one?
Who knows?
I suppose they're going to use the last action to move over.
Shu.
Yes, and Shu's going to, like, I'll give you the taste of my Shu double slice. The 1.
It's already dead. He has 1 hit
the
point.
2.
He has 1 hit point.
I know.
Combine the damage, yep. Jesus.
Critical and regular damage, so 30 down.
He has 21 hit points at most, and he has 1 left.
I'd like to think. Well, I mean, it's kind of interesting because they have 2 different weapons. They poke them to hold them in place with a rapier, and then they just kind of cut their head off.
Okay, gotcha. All right, well, that's that then. Solgath. Experience. How many? You get 120 for this one.
Okay, 1 moment. 120. That's gonna bring me to 600. Not 7 there. Okay, so meanwhile, Raz would like to take care of Argus and Patra by rolling medicine and using that.
I mean, if you're leaving this place.
But before we leave, in case we run into
All right.
something going up, it makes sense. So
Well,
first of all, medicine. Here's one for Argus. That rolled a 13, which is a fail. Okay, fair enough. Argus is just vomiting in the corner. Um, and here's the one for, where's it? There. Patra. Patra gets 2d8, I think. 2d8.
harm. Harm is a great spell because it AoE heals you. Oh my god, why does Raz have heal as a spell? Ugh.
I know. That's the weird part.
Well, they're druid. It's all prepared. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, they don't get to
They don't get harm now.
choose harm. Yeah. Argus does. I think. I think. In any case, gosh. Well, that was a little weird. But fair enough. Argus is 6, so we're going back to the surface. Ooh. One thing that I almost forgot to do. We didn't delete the smoke stick. He had 3, now he has 2.
Don't
There.
forget to give yourself 120 hit experience.
I did. I'm at 600 now.
Excellent. Well, you're a good way through this fine dungeon
Oof.
floor.
Yeah, I got sick though, so that'll probably knock me out for a day.
In fact, 3 hours from now, you will suffer the first effect, which is that you are sickened.
I assumed that was all like 3 hours, but yeah, fair enough.
No, that was like an hour or so that you went down here. This goes faster than you think.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the surface. Argus is gonna just be throwing in the Bryn's backyard or something. We're gonna need to swing by an alchemist or a cleric or something of the sort so that I can get healed.
Let me
Right,
check
and
if
then
there's
we're
anything
gonna
in that
stop.
room worth picking up. Probably
Sure.
not. I don't recall there being. How do you get back to the surface anyway? Can you draw me the path?
Sure, we're gonna go through the crypt. Oh, wait, no, hold on. We don't have to, because this door will lead back to the corridor, and this secret door is already open. So we'll simply go through here, over here, to here, to here, to here, and then through the first floor.
Okay. You go back up into that other room where there's like the smoke coming out from under the other door.
Hmm.
Incense smoke, not like bad thick smoke.
That's fair enough.
And you leave.
Yes,
And so we'll leave it there for today.
yes, let's.
Heroic. Well, you've made good progress. You found some fun things underground.
Yes.
Just need to get a breather.
Yeah, probably. And get those red bites checked.
Let's
I don't want to catch a plague.
rest for the night. Everyone gets their focus back. Oh no, they don't.
Yes.
It doesn't fully recover focus. That's so dumb. And
Yeah,
Patrick,
it only requires 1 point for now.
token still does not have what I needed to record, which is your SP update. And then I think the best way to do this is to take a breather and then rest for the night, and then it restores our resolve too.
Mhm.
Yeah, so now you have everything except for your hit points. Well, that's fine. You can take care of that with some harm.
Oh my god, I can imagine Patra. Wait, I should hire that spider guy to make a model for Patra so Patra can feel big. So stomp around town like a dragon.
Look at that cat.
I mean, look, just because they're undead doesn't mean they can't enjoy things.
Well, if that Waterdeep adventure's anything to go by.
Gosh.
Anyway,
Yes.
maybe tomorrow we'll play some more. Maybe not. It'll depend on if you get some good sleep.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, I got another student from the States, so we'll see how that works out. Unless the family is going to be around. Depends on how much housework I'll have to be doing, etc. But I'll try to find the time.